Hello, Flash Dagger here with an impromptu track guide video for the new Laggo Maggiore time trial challenge in the Honda Civic. Very fun time trial. I'd put more effort in than I normally do and ended up getting myself in the top 5 in the world at the time of recording for a 0.3. I still think it's within a few tenths off the world record, so a reasonable lap to get our teeth into. Explore it, the how we do things, the why we do things the way we do, and hopefully give you some insight and detail. It doesn't just help you with this particular challenge, but gives you an approach to your driving going forward that will help you in your journey within Gran Turismo. So before we get into that, if you do enjoy it, standard cliched YouTube thing, it lets me know that you're enjoying the content or getting benefit. If you hit the like button, if you do want to subscribe, that's more than welcome. And please do let me know. Genuinely, I'm interested to find out if it did actually help you with your own laps. So that's always enjoyable, and I do try and respond to every comment. So with that said, look forward to hearing from you and hope the track guide is of some benefit. Thank you. So what I'm looking for here is, one of the things we noticed was that I was, and it might seem minor to you guys, right, but over a lap, probably worth a tenth and a half. Your gear changes on this track are absolutely crucial, that they have to be bang on the money, which is why you'll have heard me saying, I've missed a gear, I've missed a gear, I've missed a gear. So you need to have your gear changes down right. So your 5th to 6th gear change has to happen at 125 miles an hour, not before. And if you miss it, you've wrecked your lap. So like if you want to maximize this, you got to go 125, not 121. So you want to be shifting to 6th at 125. There. Boom, 6th gear at 125, right? So do you see where these white lines intersect here? So there's a white line which is for the main course, intersecting with the right hand line. That's my sort of braking reference. There. See that smidgen of red just coming in now? Can you see the little bit of red coming in? That's me braking. So straight line braking up to the curb. I want to coast it in. You'll have heard me complaining to myself, like, that's just my internal monologue, annoying myself, going, too early of an apex, because it's so crucial. Because you look at the map, right? You've got like, that's a big long ass straight that you want to be launching out of the corner. So there's a couple of things here, which I'm looking for is coming off at the end there. I'm going to come down to 2nd, but I don't want to be at the front part of this curb. I want to be towards the back, up to 3rd, and then that little shift, which is like a 50%, holding the power and traction down so the tires have good contact with the track. You can floor it, like I said. That's what I was doing initially, like at Group 4. I was flooring it out of the corner, and it sounded loud and fast, and then the ghost was pulling away from me, and I couldn't understand why. You can do that, but you're not going to be going forward. You're going to be going sidewards, and it's important you know that, because it can seem and sound fast, but it isn't fast. Okay, onto the throttle, late apex. Okay, on to 75, on to 100. 79 miles an hour up to 4th. So watch that at full speed. Just watch that sequence at full speed. Intersecting lines, braking in a straight line, down to 2nd, coasting through, 3rd gear, 50% throttle, up to 100%. 79 miles an hour, shift. Boom. Okay, so that will get you one of the fastest sector 1s in the world, doing that. Okay, now this is a downhill section, so it's counterintuitive. Generally, when you're going downhill, you have more momentum, so you can actually upshift earlier, and that's what I was doing earlier on, was shifting at 120. But I recommend, again, keeping it at 125, because the ghost was pulling on me. So we'll go the whole way down here. Again, it's 101. It's 101 from 4th to 5th. So 79 miles an hour is 3rd to 4th. 101 miles an hour is 4th to 5th. And 125 miles an hour is 5th to 6th. I can watch this back. I don't know what that is in kilometers an hour, but I can watch this back for you in kilometers an hour if you want. 5, 1, 2, 5, 6. There you go. 1, 2, 5, 6 gear. Now, I found a nice line that I was experimenting with here, and I take a little nick. So there's an approach to one of my better tracks is Road Atlanta, and turn 1 is incredibly satisfying because you get a really sexy coast through the turn 1. And anyone who knows that track will know what I mean. I'm good at that corner. And you can take a little nick out to the left hand side to create a little bit more angle to come back in. It's really, really scary looking at it because you have to, you think you're going to cut the track, and that's the same as 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago at St. Croix. So this is going to look like I'm going to miss and cut the track here. But you have to do that. You can't go around the corners. You can't do this on these corners through the S's. You have to commit to cutting across them and straight lining them. So here, I'm almost getting my right hand. See that? I'm almost trying to come around that curb. That full extra car width is really important to set up my turning here. So I'm on the brakes just here where you can see the fork in the road with it intersecting. So watch where the lines come across again, okay? So see these two lines coming across? So one's going to the left, one's going to the right. I want to follow my left wheels around that curb. So I'm going to aim my left tires on that curb to get as much of my car inside the line to create the angle, to sweep in, and it has to be a coast. Get off the brakes. The car will turn better coasting and will understeer under trail braking. That's the thing with these cars. So boom, on the brakes, right? Look at my tires. I'm inside that line. That's crucial. If you're outside that line, you're not getting the sweep in that I get here. And this is the one that was important. So on the brakes, bringing it down. And now I'm coasting because now I know I've hit my angle that I wanted. I need all of that white. Boom. Perfect line. Now in full power and a little comfort lift to get the rotation on the left hand. Cut across. Keeping the angle on the brakes. As soon as we come off the curb, on the brakes. Bring it in, same again. Actually could have done better there. Actually, you know what? Could have got a better launch out of this corner. This is a mistake. So it wasn't perfect. But it was alright. And up to 99, we at 5th gear now. There we go, 5th gear. Now this is where I get this wrong. I did the first part well, but I just missed the exit. I just missed the perfect exit because I was too narrow again and I had to take a bit of curb, and the bump in the curb probably cost us up that straight, close to a 10th up the straight. You'll see. So coming in here, dropping 3rd, coming on, and there, see, that's too narrow. I really should have been about another 4 yards ahead and had a little bit less speed and created a nicer angle. So if we're pointing, if straight ahead is 12 o'clock, we're at 11 o'clock now. I really need to be a car width to the right hand side. Okay, this is for the perfect line. 1 car width to the right hand side and open that angle up to 10 o'clock. If I'd opened that angle up to 10 o'clock, I wouldn't have had to force the issue here, which I had to do. I had to correct this, which you saw with the Ghost. So I carried more speed than the Ghost and got inside the Ghost, but then it gained a little bit on me in the exit because I didn't set it up right. And this is where I'm now wrestling and I have to commit. So it wasn't as good as it could have been. It could have been better. Not enough track width used. So we could have gone half a car width more. Still on the brakes. Coasting. Starting to get in the power, but I think we could be on better there. And we got more track to run off with. So not that was our worst corner of the whole lap. But we get like a decent sector here. 838, so like that's our best split 2. This was crap, by the way. Totally missed that. Far, didn't carry enough speed, didn't turn in early enough. I managed to recover it a little bit. This was too early, again. So that's crap, okay? Don't do that. That's cost us time. I should have been turned in like literally like fractions later with a better coast and power out. Because it's now inhibiting me from properly getting onto the power. That's cost us time. So that wasn't good. This is complete track abuse, right? You don't go round. This is the same with Laggo Maggiore. You don't go round this corner, you go through it. So you're going to go break in a straight line down to second and coast it right round all over that curb and then out in third. Boom. So look how early we are. We're going to take that yellow. The white line outside the red and white curbs is not your line. That grass, which is my track guide for the Laggo Maggiore West End short course, that grass is your line. That is the track limit. That's what we're going for. We want all up inside that, all over that stuff, all over it, all over it, all over it. Okay? Out in third, create the line as much as you can. We're feathering the throttle before we commit to pushing out. And we're in full power. So we'll just watch it from the start. And that'll be the lap. So braking at the cross section, straight line braking, down to second gear, coasting in, up to third, 50%, 100%, powering out, up to fourth at 99 miles per hour. Or sorry, 79, 101 to 5th, 125 to 6th, taking a bit of the curb, looking for the intersecting lines, getting our right hand tires in there, coasting it in, covering the curb once, coast and push, covering the curb twice, coast and push down to fourth, out in fourth gear. Going to be up at 101 miles an hour up to fifth gear. We're going to look to take a bit more track this time round, down to fourth gear, going to coast it in for better rotation, didn't get it perfect. Managed to rescue it somehow, and we're going to push out in fourth gear again, shifting at 101. We're going to bring it up, not going to shift to sixth gear. We're going to forget about sixth gear for the lag and just rev it out in fifth. We're going to break a straight line down to third, but earlier, turn in earlier and take more of that curb and out in fourth for the rotation. Try and create an angle here to come across. That was too early. That cost us time. Again, into the middle of the track, down to third, down to second, cutting the track. All of that curb used, the grass is your line, out in third, feather it, feather it, feather it, power out and commit. 79 fourth, 101 fifth, and to the line for a 27.319.